Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Which classes are all the rage right now and which less popular classes are in a really good spot compared to the start of the year? That's what we're looking into today. I handpicked these 8 classes that are doing great in the current meta and will do even better after the New Age update. From easy to play, strong classes to more intense classes that have gotten a lot of buffs over the years. These classes are great to main, make as boss mules or even hyperburn. But before we're diving into all of that, we're first going to quickly check out today's video sponsor, Awesome. These sponsorships help keep the channel going and your support is as always greatly appreciated. For some reason, my boss doesn't really like it when I play MapleStory during work. I know, weird right? But I still want to complete those dailies and get those login rewards. Thankfully, I never miss a beat with this all-in-one remote access tool. Using the Awesome game version, I can get and customize a game keyboard so I can play MapleStory from my phone without any disturbances. And of course, the usability doesn't just end there. You can also use remote access to transfer files that you forgot to send, or even turn off your PC in case you want to save money on that electricity bill. If you want to try this out yourself, you can use the code appearing on the screen to get a 7-day trial of Awesome Remote Game. This is only for the first 200 people, so act quickly. Head over to the Awesome website, sign in, click on rewards, fill out the code and then you're in. You can then easily set up your screen mirroring with your QR code, and once that ends, just using the app will reward you with Sunshine, which can be used to get more days of Awesome Game or Awesome Pro. Sometimes Awesome also offers additional days for free just like that, so that's always nice to grab. The basic version of Awesome is free by the way, so you can always install that one. But there also is the Pro and Game Plan. I'm using the Game Plan myself for its customizable keyboard. Adding more devices also will give you a discount on the plan. But Awesome doesn't just offer remote software, they even have remote switches. In case you turned off your PC and want to turn it back on remotely or monitor your energy consumption, you can even set timers and schedules. You can check the Awesome app or website if you want to learn more about those, and of course the remote software tool itself. There is a link in the video description and top comment. Don't forget to check out the code, and now back to the video. We're starting this list off with a classic. Ever since the Night of Sickness remaster, this class has been the most played, most popular, easy to play and super strong class. I'm of course talking about the Blaze Wizard. Okay, just kidding. I'm talking about Dawn Warrior, of course. This Night of Sickness class has everything you could ask for when playing MapleStory. It's a one-button class whose mobbing and bossing skill is the exact same key, so it's super easy. Dawn Warriors have huge skills, making it very easy to grind with them. One of their skills just attacks the entire map for 40 seconds, you know, that kind of big and OP. They're a jump around and press one button class while cycling through their 5-job skills, making it very easy and very brain dead to grind with one. And their bossing is just as easy, with great mobility, multiple invincibility frames, and they have a very powerful debuff that lowers monsters' elemental resistance, making them very valuable in bossing parties. They can easily clear bosses without a lot of funding, and don't need a lot of different nodes, which makes it very easy to fund them. If you're looking for an easy to play, easy to fund, strong class, Dawn Warrior is your pick. I also want to recommend some of the more complex characters, and one of those classes is Kane. This class has gotten nothing but buffs over the last year. It's probably the strongest it has ever been. Even though there aren't any damage tier lists anymore, I'm pretty sure this class is currently in the top 10. Kanes are very versatile with their grappling wire and dash that has Dark Side, which is quite unique for an archer class. Having Dark Side will help you dodge any debris that fall from the sky during boss fights, which is very valuable. Kane's gimmick is that he gets stacks over time that he can use to enhance his attacks and apply debuffs that can be popped with assassination skills. It's not a very complicated burst loop, there just are a lot of skills to use. I personally main Shade, who is super simple to play, and this class scratches my itch of playing something that's more button intense, but not too intense, you know. Kane is a pure damage dealer class, and thanks to all the buffs this class has been getting, it's very good at doing just that. He also has multiple invincibility frames and is more forgiving than might seem at first glance. If you want to play a powerful class that's more intense, give Kane a shot. You might fall in love with all the swinging around like Spider-Man. Another class that's going to give you a good buck for your time is Shadower. This class sends mesos flying when grinding and bossing, and grinding with the skill is going to get a small buff after New Age if you're playing in the reboot server. server. The monster HP will be brought down to similar levels as the regular server, making it easier to defeat monsters with smaller projectiles. This goes for every projectile class, by the way, so Mechanic, Corsair, Nightlord, Nightwalker, etc. will all benefit from this change if they are playing in a reboot server, that is. Shadowers have a great kit for bossing where they weave Meso Explosion with Assassinate, and after the 6th job advancement gets released at the end of November, Assassinate is going to become even stronger, making this class melt through bosses even faster. The playstyle is a bit more demanding than, let's say, Dawn Warrior, but it's still fairly easy to master, and with a ton of mobility options, this class is in a great spot when a New Age update gets released next week. Of course, bishops are still the #1 go-to class if you're looking to play a more supportive class. This class is also in one of the best spots it's ever been, and 6th job will make them even stronger. They give a huge amount of useful buffs, provide healing, extra lives, and can easily hold their own when bossing. No bossing party is complete without a bishop. They aren't a great pick if you plan to just solo bosses though, so I wouldn't recommend this as a solo bossing mule unless you really like the playstyle. Oh, and they also have the OG Holy Symbol that grants them 70% EXP and 30% drop rate, making them grind really fast as well. They're a great grinder, great bosser, not so much as a solo bosser, but every party will want to play with you. If you like mages but don't want to go support, then go Fire Poison Mage. This is a glass cannon mage that specced all his points into explosion magic. This extremely powerful mage is not for the faint-hearted though. Due to its many skills with shorter cooldowns, you need to constantly keep an eye on them to make sure your rotations are optimized. They also benefit a lot from buff duration and cooldown reduction, making it a bit more expensive and time consuming to unlock their true potential. But when you do get there, this class is easily in the top 10 strongest classes in the game. The amount of damage they can put out is insane. Even without all the optimization, you can still put out an insane amount of damage. And their 6th job skill gives them a huge buff and burst skill, making this strong class even stronger. I actually wanted to make this class a bossing mule, but there are too many buttons to keep in mind for my small brain. But if you're up for the challenge and have deep pockets, Fire Poison Mages are really good and very powerful in the right hands. Another classic is of course the Night of Sickness Nightwalker. They can easily dish out a huge amount of damage, backdash, stop in mid-air, have invincibility frames, their own bind, healing from their bats, the list just goes on and on. It's like every great skill effect, and like every positive effect was tossed into this class. Their bossing is really good, and thanks to the monster HP change coming with New Age, their mobbing is going to be even better with their small bats bouncing around. This class can also do something called bite farming, where they just stand still and use one skill every few seconds to clear the map. With the 6th job advancement enhancement and the cooldown hat, this class is one of the laziest grinders in the game. And on top of that, the class is already great at bossing. They do require a bit more funding, and if you are planning to main this class, I wish you a lot of fun in the Phantom Forest if you want to get the best throwing stars. But hey, that's a small price to pay for the ability to live your dreams as a 2D Batman. Another class that might surprise you for making it to my handpicked list, and it's a bit more combo heavy, is Mercedes. The Queen of Elves has, similar to Kain, gotten nothing but buffs over the last year, giving her more survivability, a way easier playstyle now that we can use Leap Tornado close to the ground, and she's gotten nothing but damage buffs. Her new 6th job origin skill is pretty good as well, allowing her to up her damage quite a bit, and the 6th job boost to her skill Istar's Ring gives a huge boost to the attack. I know a lot of Maplers don't exactly have fond memories of this class, as it's usually the first Link skill mule that they create, but she's in the best shape she's ever been, and there's no signs of her slowing down. If you want a more combo heavy playstyle, Mercedes might be something to look into. She does require a few more nodes, but we get so many these days that shouldn't really be an issue anymore. And after getting hit with nerfs at the end of last year, the R class has steadily been getting more and more buffs over the course of this year, putting this class in a really good spot and back on track to be one of the strongest pirate classes in the game. Arc is a combo heavy class with a lot of animation cancelling involved when it comes to bossing. It won't be a class for everyone, but that doesn't mean it isn't in a really good spot at the moment. The class does require patience, a lot of nodes, some funding and a lot of practice, but it's very mobile, very powerful and has plenty of survivability. It's a gauge class, which again is something that you have to like, but it won't have any trouble deleting any boss monster. Just be careful to not delete yourself with all that mobility and animation cancelling. These are just a handful of classes that I think will do great after the New Age update. Actually, most of them are already really great as is. Of course though, every class is viable, so don't worry if you like something else. These are just some examples that I can recommend looking at all the buffs and the current status of the class. Just play whatever you like and you're going to be fine. And if I can let you guys in a little secret, there actually is only one best class, and it's Paladin. Just trust me, bro. And that's all I had. Which class would you say is in a really good spot right now that I didn't mention yet? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, special thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar, maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Jesus Rodriguez, Kaudimora, Wiley, Riser Are BackSpaceOTI, Ziggy Historycanon, Saffronyx, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Surtito655, Michael Menchaca, Rathius, Afterlord, Betrayal 1489, Silvio Nato, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Fun, Victor Sundstrom, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Anark, Brendon Games, The Passenger, Kani Wu, Max Bernhardt, Mukau 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Gabriel Eck, Fecko, Vake Botnet, Dante Victory, Mathinu Def, Snack, HBG, Only, Lord Vasil, Spats the Kaiser, That Archie Guy, Louis Bento Brandau, Snufflepop, Tails Curspet, The Wolf Drake, Gaber Wolf, Live Love MapleStory, Kali, Duckfoos, Quinn, Migu, Sir Otter, Nix, and Gulamep Haiva. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!